Welcome to another episode, everyone. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. A few of my commenters asked me to get into this one. Suede, the rapper out of Los Angeles, California, was killed in jail in the Los Angeles County Jail. How many times have I told you about the Los Angeles County Jail? Story has it he was greenlit. It was a green light by the Mexican Mafia. This is just what the reports are. The question is, why he was green lighted? How come they took this individual out? One of their own, one of their best. I guess one of their best, certainly someone who was bringing in revenue. Suede, he was attacked there in the Los Angeles County Jail in one incident, with knives, with weapons, a week prior to his death. Whatever happened after that, they didn't finish the job. A week later, he was attacked again. They found him unresponsive in a shower in the Los Angeles County Jail with stab wounds to the neck, rushed him to the hospital, but he did not make it.
A local up-and-coming rapper has been killed while in prison in Northern California.
Welcome to American Gang Wars. Today we're tapping into the streets of LA, and we're going to be talking about the young LA rapper, Moneysign.
Shout out American Gang Wars. This is American Gang Wars, a newer YouTube channel I just seen, but quite a few people had the story on it. Let's go with this.
Suede, who was greenlit by the Mexican Mafia and killed in prison. Now, Moneysign Suede was born Jamie Valdez on August 7, 2000. Moneysign was an up-and-coming rapper from the Huntington Park area who was generating a massive buzz in LA. Now, the Huntington Park area is mainly run by two predominantly Hispanic gangs, Florencia 13 and the Huntington Park Locos. These are two Sureño gangs that fall under the 13, which is the dangerous prison gang, the Mexican Mafia, better known as lled. Although Moneysign grew up in this area, he was never a member of any gang, but he was known to affiliate with different gang members. Moneysign Suede started to make a name for himself around 2019. Not long after this, Moneysign would drop one of his biggest records to date, at the time called Back to the Bag.
But I know Angel ain't no saint. Came out of Connie, planned to lick the next day.
But everything would come to a screeching halt 2 months later when Moneysign was arrested for Grand Theft Auto, and he will be sent to jail for the first time. But although locked up, his popularity would still grow. And by 2020, his song Back to the Bag would hit over 1 million views on YouTube. But by June 2021, Moneysign was released on a 3-year supervision, which meant he was only limited to a 50-mile radius from his home. And if he violated that, he would be sent back to jail. Now, even with these limitations in place, Moneysign will continue to grow in popularity. Eventually, he will be signed to Atlantic Records, who will give him the financial backing that he needed. And by 2022, he would drop multiple projects, which included Parkside Baby, Grimy Park, and many others. And at this point, Moneysign was a bona fide star in the city and was not slowing down anytime soon. But also that same year, Moneysign will be arrested on 2 counts of firearm possession in Riverside County. These charges right here would violate his parole, and this would lead to him serving a 32-month sentence in prison. But before turning himself in for his 32-month sentence, he will record himself hours beforehand.
For me, I'm gonna have to turn myself in next week to go state prison. Yeah, I'll be back though.
I'm about to literally go in a couple hours, huh? And send me pictures.
Now, unlike the streets, the rules in prison are completely different. The politics in prison are race-related. The blacks run with the blacks, the whites run with the whites, the Mexicans run with the Mexicans, and the various other races that don't fit in with the majority are considered the others. But each race has a different structure and operate by a different set of rules. But the Mexican gangs from Southern California operate under one umbrella, and that's the Mexican Mafia. No matter if you are on the streets and you are at war with another Mexican gang, once you touch down in that prison system, all of that ends. Now, the Mexican Mafia is one of the oldest and most dangerous prison gangs to exist in all of California. They operate in multiple prisons like Pelican Bay, San Quentin, and Soledad. But their reach doesn't just stop in the prison. Their reach goes beyond the prison walls, and it goes into the streets. The Mexican Mafia is not just ran by a single individual, but by a board of members who can give orders. But also these same members can be taken out if any of these individuals violate the code. Now, Moneysign Suede, because he is from Southern California, he will automatically have to roll with the Mexican Mafia's program. And for those who don't know, anyone that refuses to get with that program can face dire consequences. And history has proven this, because in the early 90s, street gangs like the Loyal Street Locals, who refused to pay taxes, were greenlit by the Mexican Mafia and put on a hit list.
When a gang refuses to pay, it could mean death.
Lowell Street Locals.
This is Lowell Street in El Sereno,
We're Greenlighters,
where bodies are tattooed with the words Green Pride
tax-free, and we don't pay no taxes.
and tax-free.
They wanted money from us, and we didn't want to cooperate, so they put a green light on us.
Them is the Mexican Mafia, or La M. The Mafia called on all Latino gang members to kick back a share of drug profits to La M. Lowell Street gangsters didn't go along with the program.
Man, can you imagine having a green light put on your whole gang? You can't walk up the street, whatever. I mean, obviously they stood up against it. They stood tall and said, whatever, we're still not going to pay the taxes. Green light is all you want, but that had to be a scary time. I mean, that's a vicious war waiting to happen. You green lit by the Mexican Mafia saying, go ahead and attack the whole gang. Take them, wipe them out. By the whole, by the whole car, by the whole, Sereno car, your gang is greenlit, boy, you in trouble.
When taxes, we said no. We're our own people, that's it.
And that refusal put Lowell gang members in a tough spot. For years now, near the top of the Mafia's green light list, meaning all other gangs have a green light to go ahead and assault or even kill Lowell gangsters.
Many members died in the streets, and also the moment that they touched prison or the county jail also were killed behind bars. By March 30th, Moneysign Suede will be transferred to Soledad prison. And while in prison, Moneysign would write his girlfriend multiple letters. And one letter she posted to social media. And in his letter, Moneysign stated, "I ain't gonna lie."
Okay, my bad. Glad I can correct it now. Oftentimes I don't watch these videos ahead of time so that my reaction can be authentic. So I thought maybe it was the county jail. That's what I had heard before. But it looks like he was in San Quentin, at least up to this point in the story, he's in San Quentin now. So apparently he was not killed in the Los Angeles County Jail. San Quentin is a lower level prison. Let's see if this is where this tragic situation transpired.
To you, I'm stressed the fuck out. As of right now, my people say I'm good, but anything can still happen. It's still a cold game, and all I can do is hope and wish and pray for the best. I should be good, but the hate is real. Then he goes on to say, I can't wait to see you. Just in case I don't make it, I'll be waiting for you up there. I hate to say that, but they really don't want to see me win. What am I supposed to do? I want to know. All I know is stay strong and stay solid till I'm gone. But it's like that might be the end of me. I don't know. So as you can see, Moneysign was done.
Dang, that's cold. So it's like he knew, according to that letter, that, he was under the gun, whatever the situation is. And another individual had ended up explaining it on No Jumper. The individual, he has a YouTube channel. He's Hispanic. I guess exactly the reason that this individual was killed. Maybe perhaps I'll get into that. But whatever was going on with him, whether it's he didn't want to pay taxes, he refused to pay taxes, whatever, I don't know. Perhaps we'll find out some more now. Whatever the situation, he clearly knew that his life was in danger, according to that letter. He's writing his girl, and as we just seen, when he was leaving, turning himself in that day, he had a lot of support, a lot of family members there. Unfortunate, tragic, because they'll never see him again. He's heading off to prison to do 32 months, and he's not even going to do the whole 32 months, of course, do half of that or something. He'll be home in a little while, a year and some change or something, and instead he never makes it home. His mother was there, looks like crying when he was turning himself in that day. His family, sisters, his girl who he's writing here with this letter. And he's saying here in this letter that hate is real. I hate to talk like this. Hopefully I can make it out, but I don't know. And if I don't, I'll see you up there, see you in heaven or whatever. Because these dudes are after me. Like he knew clearly that his life was in danger, that he was under some sort of attack, whatever threat had already been made against his life, or he just knows the politics, knows how it goes, knows he did whatever he did, which is, again, may not have been wrong in the average person's eyes. Let's say he refused to pay taxes or refused to give them more money than they were asking for. Let me make this extremely clear. This is just conjecture on my part. I have absolutely no clue as to why this man was killed. I literally don't. I'm just now getting into the story. So I don't know. And again, I did see someone else, many people making content on it, but someone else, I guess, explaining why he was killed. So I'm curious to know myself at this point why the hit was put on him. If there was a hit put on him, I don't know. I'm trying to see what we can find out here. But either way, according to this letter, he certainly knew that his days could be numbered, that they were after him, and that it was a possibility, if not a strong possibility, that he may not make it home. He's talking about, oh, well, whatever. I have to stay down and I'll see you up there. Worst comes to worst. Like he knew something was coming, something drastic and tragic. And as we know,
a lot behind those walls, obviously having issues with other inmates. And sadly, those chilling words would come true. Rumors started to spread that Moneysign refused the program. Now, programming can be a range of things. He could have been asked to pay taxes. He could have been asked to assault somebody. He could have been asked to hide contraband. He could have been even asked simply to stop speaking on prison politics over the phone or in letters. But whatever he was asked, he refused. And this choice by Moneysign brought trouble. And on Thursday, April 20th of 2023, according to CTF investigators, an informant stated that Moneysign had been attacked by another prisoner. You gotta understand how the prison politics work with the Serranos. You just can't do renegade actions and attack somebody, especially another Chicano member behind those walls. This assault was clearly a planned attack and more likely a warning. But obviously, whatever they asked Moneysign to do, he still refused even after this assault. And a week later, on April 25th, at around 9:55 p.m., during count, officers stated that Moneysign was nowhere to be found in his cell. And this would lead to officers going to investigate Moneysign's whereabouts. Only minutes later, officers would discover Moneysign Suede unconscious in a nearby shower. He had stab wounds to the neck and was bleeding. Immediately, he was rushed to an on-site emergency facility where doctors attempted to treat him, but unfortunately, he was pronounced dead at 10 p.m. By daybreak, news had spread throughout the prison, and officials would lock down half of the prison right before breakfast. Not only did news spread to the prisons, but news would hit social media of his murder, leaving many in disbelief. But also, rumors began to spread with different theories on why he was killed and who killed him. Now, it is alleged that a high-ranking member of the Mexican Mafia named Raul Molina, who is currently housed in Corcoran State Prison, allegedly he gave this order and the mission was carried out. Now again, this is only speculation. Now this speculation also came about because around the same time, Raul was named but not charged in an FBI sweep called Operation Wipeout, where members from Wilmington area were arrested who had been tied to Raul Molina and sealed documents. But the weeks following his murder, Moneysign Suede will be laid to rest.
I still see you when you're next with me. Can't you see? I still feel it hanging in me.
Wow. Okay, there you have it. That's how he just ended the video right there. That's how it ended. He was laid to rest. That was it. Rest in peace right there. Moneysign Suede. Dang, man. Crazy. I never really knew what happened. Got into it. As I said, a couple of people in the comments asked me to cover this. I do what you ask me. I'm here for you. Rest in peace to this individual. Now I'm going to have to go and find out, at least as, according to the individuals who are speaking on it, why this happened. I want to know myself. Call it what you want. I'm curious. I want to know why this happened. Maybe we'll never know, but apparently someone knows or says that they know exactly what happened with this situation. Maybe some of you know. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not involved in their politics. Whatever the situation, as we just heard, he was attacked a week prior and maybe didn't get in line, or maybe they were trying to take him out then and just didn't. Whatever the situation, he was attacked again a week later, in which they found him unresponsive in the shower, as we just heard, bleeding out, made it to the hospital where he died. We saw the letter with him saying, what he was saying to his girl, that basically he knew this was coming, that he said someone was hating on him, that the hate was real, he said. So someone wanted him out of the way for something. I don't want to even speculate, not because I just don't want to speculate on it, but let's see. I'm going to continue this. I'm going to get into it. I'm going to find out what the other dude had to say as to why this situation transpired, just because I don't want to tell half the story. I want to know myself, at least as far as he's concerned. Perhaps he has some information on this. Seems like it. Why was this dude killed? Dang, young, only had a few months to go in prison, was successful, signed to Atlantic Records or what have you, was about to be even more successful. I don't know why he had a GTA or what, isn't that, or no, had a GTA before and then was in prison this time for a couple of guns. I was about to say, why is he still in cars? He was signed to Atlantic, okay, but he had a couple of guns or what have you. So they say 32 months he had got in prison. And again, he's only going to do a certain amount of time of that. So was young, with a bright future and a lot of potential to get out of prison and be successful. Bring success to the world, to his community, the whole nine. And instead, his life was cut violently and brutally short. Yeah, I'd like to know why as well, what the politics were that brought this on. Is it just because he refused to pay money? Took his life? I don't know. Again, I don't want to speculate, but I'm going to find out, see if I can dig a little bit deeper before the day is up. Because I want to know myself. And then let's see if I bring that to y'all, if it's something worth bringing to you. If I can find out some more information on this, I'm going to bring it. Because I want to know as well. I'm assuming maybe some of you are curious, but I'm sure some of you already know the story on this and know more than me as far as probably what happened. But for those who don't, see if I can find it out and bring it to you. Let me know what you think in the comments. Again, rest in peace to this young man. Just a scary situation because he was just out there with his family. We have to be careful with our decision making. One wrong decision, in this situation, carrying guns, having guns, or whatever, leads to a snowball effect. It leads to different things down the line, different decisions. That's how he ended up in prison, and now he doesn't make it home from prison. But it all started with the carrying of the weapon. So we just have to be careful with our decisions to begin with and be smart. This is a man who clearly had a bright future, was on his way to monumental success, it appears, was getting famous, was making videos, was signed to a heavy record label, had a few months to go in prison, was going to come home, and who knows how far he could have went. Instead, we're here talking about rest in peace. Sad. Stay safe and stay free, people.